Okay, so we're looking at a Year 10 investigation coming up in the next week or so, and this video will be just looking over some of the skills that will be helpful to you. So in the task we'll be looking at using scales, interpreting diagrams, drawing straight lines, and solving problems. So some of these things I'm not going to cover in the video, but some things I will. Okay, so one of the questions involves a diagram with scale, and sometimes all the numbers aren't there. So you know, obviously along each direction you'll see grid marks in both directions, but they don't have to be equal to each other. So for instance, this might be equal to 10 and this might be equal to 4, for instance. And to work out what the other numbers in the scale are, you have to look at halfway along, for instance. So if that's 4, halfway along would be 2, halfway along would be 1, and then midway would be 3. So once you get one number, you can work out the other numbers in the scale. So for instance, in this one here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, so halfway is that number, so that'll be 5, and then it'll be 2.5 and 7.5, and then you can continue on the scale once you know what the numbers are. Okay, 15, and this will just be 5, 6. So one important thing is, in each direction, x and y, the numbers don't have to go up in the same amount, but they'll go up in a steady amount each way. So once you've got one number, you can work out what the other numbers are. So that's one important skill that you need to be able to use. Let's have a look at the next important skill. So the next important skill I'm looking at is drawing straight lines. And I'm going to show you two methods, but this method, method 2, is more important than method 1. Okay, so but I'm going to show you both methods. So method 1 is a table of values, and method 2 is finding x and y intercepts, and we'll talk about that in the next few minutes. Okay, so method 1 is a table of values. So these are equations that represent straight lines. The reason I know it's a straight line is because the variable x has a power of 1, so it's going to be a straight line. Like if it was y equals x squared, it's not a straight line, it's called a parabola, which we study later on. But when the variables are y and x is to the power of 1, it's going to be a straight line. Okay, and so when you draw them on your set of scales, we'll be drawing it up and you will make a straight line. So in the table of values, you can make up any numbers you like, but just make up easy numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, and down here 0, 1, 2, 3. And what we do is we now substitute it in. So this value here is going to go into the x position and then follow the recipe. So this says 2 times x, so 2 times 0 is 0, and then 0 minus 5 is minus 5. Next number is a 1, so put the 1 here, so 2 times 1 is 2, 2 minus 5 is minus 3, and you'll see that it's going to go up in 2s because that's the number in front. So you don't need to work out the other ones. So that's going to be the pattern. Just to check if you like, 2 3s are 6, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 minus 5 is 1. So when we plot it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, so beg your pardon, stupid. So 0 is there, 1, 2, 3, 4 if you want to go that way. Now the numbers go down to minus 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we've got is 0 minus 5 is, change colours, make sure it's clear. 0 minus 5 is there, 1 minus 3 is there, 2 minus 1 is there, and I need to have one more number up here, and 3, 1 is there. And if I've done it properly, those are going to be in a straight line, which is close enough for my sketch. Okay, so that's a straight line. So in this next one, this is still a straight line because there's a relationship between y and x, and the power of x is 1. So this is going to be a straight line as well. So I'm going to make up the same numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, as I did upstairs, up the first one. So what we do is 2 times 0 is 0, and then it says y equals 3. So the first numbers are 3. Okay. Next one is a 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. So we've got 2 plus y equals 3. It says 2x plus y, so 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus y equals 3. And then take the 2 across, and so y equals 3 minus 2 equals 1. So that number is, so you can see that it's going down in 2s, so then we don't have to do any more calculations. Okay? And so again, we can draw it up on the axes. 1, 2, come on, 3, and it's going from 3 to -3. 1, 2, 3. -1, -2, -3, and then we just make some dots. So 0, 3 is there, 1, 1 is there, 2, -1, and 3, -3. And again, if I do it if I've done it properly, it's a straight line. If you don't get a straight line, you've made a mistake. Okay. So again, once you've got 2 of the numbers, you can just continue the pattern. So this one was going up in 2s, and this one here was going down in 2s. Okay, so once you've got the first numbers, you've got the pattern, and then the pattern just continues. Okay, so copy that and come across when you're ready. Okay, so now we're going to look at an easier way than the first method with the boxes. Okay, this is method 2, and by finding the x and y intercepts. Okay, so when you have a straight line, okay, it doesn't matter if it goes that way or that way, it's normally going to have an x and a y intercept. Like there's a couple of exceptions. When you have a flat line like that, it has a y-intercept, or when you have a vertical line, it has an x-intercept. But the majority of lines are going to have x and y-intercepts. So we're not going to worry about those two for this task. Okay, so we're looking at straight lines that have x and y-intercepts. So this point here, where it crosses the y-axis, is called the y-intercept. And this point here, where it crosses the x-axis, is called the x-intercept. Okay, so this could be, you know, y equals 3. This could be x equals 2. The point being, it's a value for x or a value for y. But what we have is, the more useful thing is, that at the x-intercept here, the y value is 0. Okay, so when we come across here, y equals 0. And importantly for the y-intercept, x equals 0. So at that value there, x equals 0. So when this coordinate is, for instance, 0, 3, and this coordinate is 2, 0. So the y-intercept, x equals 0, or the x-intercept, y equals 0. It's the opposite. And the question is, how does this help? Okay, so copy that and come across when you're ready. Okay, so here's how it's useful. Okay, so we're going to use method 2. And if you just be patient, you'll see. So I've set up some blank lines. So this is what we're doing. The x-intercept is an x answer, but the y value equals 0. So we just cross it out. Okay, and so you're left with 2x equals 6, 2x equals 6, and so x equals 3. So that means that the x-intercept is going to be 3. For the y-intercept, we have a y answer, but the x value disappears. So we've got 3y equals 6, and divide by 3. 1, 2, and that's that value. And then we just join them up, and that's our straight line. So let's just go through it again. For the x-intercept, cross out the y. For the y-intercept, cross out the x, and then you just solve the equation that you've got. So 2x equals 6, divide by 2, and you get x equals 3. 3y equals 6, and divide by 3, and you get y equals 2, and then just join those 2 points up. Okay, so coming across, and we'll have a look at another example. So just in case you get one that looks like this, okay, it's still a straight line because the power of x is 1. Okay, so for the x-intercept, we cross out the y. Y is going to be 0, equals 3x minus 5. So take the minus 5 across the other side, make it a positive. And so x equals 5/3, which is 1 2/3. So look, won't be as close to accurate. So there is 5/3. And then we'll do the next one. So for the y Y-intercept. For the Y-intercept, x equals 0, and so you get y equals minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just join them up in a straight line. You've got a ruler. You need a ruler for this task, and there's your straight line. Okay, and I think that's it. That's it. Okay, so I hope you got something out of it. Make sure you copy down some notes from this task. Thanks, bye.